Alright, so I see you guys in here. Welcome to the vwnut 1967 channel on YouTube. You guys are in my 19 and 64 bug. Let's talk about what we're going to do today. Alright, so for starters, because of the temperature outside, it's been a little challenging to get the paint to cure. It's working out just fine. For today, we're going to get this side of the car jacked up, the driver's side. Probably do a little bit of grinding on the welds and things that are right there on that body panel. And get the couple of bolts that are holding the pan and the heater channel together. And separate that a little bit. Maybe get a piece of rubber put in there and get it bolted back together. We'll get you guys set up and we'll get to lifting this thing in the air. Alright, so I'm going to see what sort of damage I can do on this panel right here. See if I can't get it a little bit smoother than what it is. Alright, so I've got a pretty cool idea for both this side and the other side, the areas of this car that I'm working on right now. I've also never done any sort of real body work, so probably we're going to use way too much filler in here, but it's going to be okay. So right here we just jumped ahead a little bit, and I'll show you that we did get the pan gasket installed on the driver's side there. Really it wasn't as bad as I thought. I just used a couple of wedges, and the bolts just kind of went right in where they were supposed to go. Came out really nice. So patina's here. We got the 64 turned around so that we can get the pan gasket put in the passenger side. But I was watching football because it's Sunday and I love the game of football. And I had an idea with the front of the 64 bug and this emblem right here. So stick with me and my puppy dog Patina on this one, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we got some of the pieces for the players of this puzzle. So, where do we want to cut it? Well, we want to cut it where it's taped in blue, and we want to cut it in the center. What do we want to cut it with? Well, I'm going to start by cutting off the sharp bits in the back with this pair of side angle cutters. So get those cut off of there. Then I'm just going to kind of eyeball the center of each of these. Yeah, that works pretty good. Alright, so there we go. Now we've created a puzzle. Let's see how we put it together. I'll bring you guys back in a minute. So I got into my little white box of door clips and hood clips and things like that right there. And I had them set up on this little piece of wood right there so I could then start gluing the pieces of that emblem to the clip. You'll see where it goes from there. Alright, so this right here is the antenna mount, or the antenna base, or the radio antenna for the 1964 holder. I don't know if it's an aftermarket one or if it's the one that came with the car. It's the one that came with the car when I got it. So we're just going to take the wire wheel here and the little air thing, and we're just going to make her shine a little bit more than she did when I just took her off the shelf. In this video, we're just kind of taking the bits and pieces, in case you hadn't noticed, and just kind of putting the car back together a little bit at a time. Just kind of on this day in particular, whatever I pulled off the shelf, that's what I was putting back on the car. So I'm just, the antenna had a couple of Allen set screws in it, and so before I put it on the car, I was just making sure that the set screws would hold it, and they did. So this is where the antenna mounts on the front of this particular car. It's not a bad place to get to. It's just a couple of bolts and then the one antenna wire for the radio. So it wasn't too bad. It was a rough place in the garage because of the way the car was parked to get light to. That's why we used the little drop light there. This particular bit and or piece is the stripped seat back to the back seat. It's two pieces. One is the spring and the other is the frame, and you can see that they are two different colors, and because of the particular interior in this car, I needed to separate them. So it's a lot of little metal tab bending and things like that you see me do. There'll be more of this coming up. This was took a lot of patience to get this apart and get it cleaned up and ready for paint. That'll wake you up. 19.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's get to the garage. Do you guys see her in there? Promise she's in there. Like a little puppy dog ninja. Well, too bad you guys don't have, or nobody's invented feel-o-vision yet, but that's what 19 degrees feels like outside. We'll get back in here where we've got the heat on. Oh, that's nice. And two red cars. So I'll talk just for a second, mostly to refresh my mind of where we're at. We're doing the custom strip on the front of the 64. We got the pan gasket in the driver's side. I'm hunting down the brake line from the front to the rear. I'm going to put the pan gasket in the passenger side today. Right now, that's coming up. But what we're working on now is I need to separate the seat, the back seat, the white part from the darker part. So we're going to get that up here on the bench, and you guys will get to see that. So enjoy the music. If you don't like the music, you already know you can mute it. You can turn the video off. Any of those. Time to turn on the compressor, find my coffee. My coffee is on the coffee warmer. Nice. Find my gloves and we'll get to cleaning that up to get it ready for paint. Cleaning that up. What you see me tapping on here is there are some sharp bits to hold the upholstery and then the flaps to hold the springs down, and I'm either tapping them flat or tapping the sharp bits down in between while I'm waiting for the compressor to catch up. Alright, you guys seen it was 20 degrees. We need to make a parts run for some paint and some propane. And some carpet and insulation glue. So let's do that. I decided we're going to take this car, the 67. So enjoy the ride. You guys watch the car. Mav, you want to say hi to the people? Say, oh, there you go. Say hi to the people. Mav, you're so Brendel. Yeah, Brendel. Alright, we're back from running around all the errands. I got the roof rack taken off of the 64. Over here, Patina is too far away from the heat, so we'll fix her first. One side. One side. Thank you. There you go. Oh, you want your go? Okay. Because we're going to put the car cover over it, where'd you guys go? Over here. We're over here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put the car cover over it while we paint the seat frame, the back seat frame, here in the garage. When I'm spraying the paint, I'm going to turn off the heat. Once I evacuate the paint fumes from inside, I will then turn the heat back on. Alright, so I got the paint put on the rear seat frames to match the seat frame that's already in the car. The paint is drying. It's going to dry for a while. Here's what we were doing with the custom emblem down the hood. Let me open the door and I'll show you guys when I change the battery. Alright, so I don't know if that's going to stay or not, but you can't know if an idea is going to work if you don't test it. So that's going to do it for this one. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me here at the vwnut 1967 channel. We will see you in a couple of days. Alright, so just before you guys leave this video, I just wanted to show you that I did in fact take that off of the front of the car. You don't know if you're going to be happy with it. At least I don't know if I'm going to be happy with it until I put it on the car, take a good look at it, and then I decide. I looked at it for a while. I decided I wasn't happy with it. I'm not sure what we're going to do up here, but it'll be something. Stay tuned.